Hi, welcome to Credit Recovery. My name is George, your certified credit counselor and loan underwriter. Today's topic is going to go ahead and be about getting through COVID-19 with your credit. I'm going to go ahead and be providing you with you heard it right, 5 tips to get you through that you should be doing in this time. And then if you stay towards the end of the video, might throw in a little bonus, might not. We'll have to see. But definitely, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and make sure you hit that follow here on my Facebook and follow me also on YouTube. Let's go ahead and get started into this first topic. First topic, deferment. If you're not familiar with what a deferment is, the deferment is essentially moving a payment from the actual due date into a later time. An example would be of this is, let's say if you make a $200 or $300 car payment a month, and because you ran into a financial hardship this month with COVID-19, what essentially your creditor does is they grab that payment that's due at this moment and they go ahead and put it at the end of the loan. So it's not that you end up not having to pay that. The thing is, it just pushes out your loan for another month. So if you needed to pay it off within 3 years or 5 years, now just add an additional month to that. And that's essentially what a deferment is. What you want to go ahead and do next is, if you have not called all your creditors for about the deferment, go ahead and do it right after this video first, and then see if they have the alternative options. I remember when I worked for USAA, they offered a 30 to 60 day deferment on their auto loans and their other secured loans. Don't know if they're still doing that, but those are just a lender that I know that possibly may still be doing it. So definitely reaching out to make sure to see if they do it. It'll definitely help you and buy you more time, so you can go ahead and try to find different ways to save money, so you can go ahead and make that loan payment a trade-off. I have to go ahead and say this as a disclaimer so you guys know the whole picture. When you do a deferment as a loan underwriter aspect, you shouldn't be doing this. But if you go ahead and apply for a loan and we see it on the credit report, because it gets reported to the credit bureau that you're in a deferment. So if we see that, we know that you're running into a financial hardship. So it increases your chances of getting declined for the loan. But again, you shouldn't be doing that, because also this deferment is for when you're in a really tough spot, like right now that a lot of you may have lost your jobs, and a deferment may be a great option. Again, go ahead and call your lenders, see if that's something they offer for your credit cards, your auto loans, boat loans, ATV, mortgages, to go ahead and just get you to go ahead and buy some time. Let's go ahead and move on to the next tip. Tip number 2, and that's going to go ahead and be paying ahead on your loans. So if you did not have a rainy day fund set up when this whole COVID-19, and for the individuals that are still working full-time or part-time or just have a job in general, this is your great chance to start going ahead and paying your loans on time. Because essentially what is going to happen, and what's the great benefit of paying ahead, is that you essentially are having that rainy day fund. Because again, if you're paying a $300 car payment and you make an additional $300 payments, you essentially don't have a payment due until next month. So with that is, let's see if you end up running into another financial hardship, doesn't need to be due to the COVID-19, and you need another month to get money, you at least have to pay ahead at least 1 month, so then the payment won't be due, and it gives you enough time. Because also keep in mind, we don't know if this COVID-19 is going to go ahead and be continuing down the road, because we still have winter to go ahead and come, and we don't know if this COVID is still going to be around. So making sure that you prep yourself now and start making these payments ahead to go ahead and get you ahead of the curve, because in case if it does continue, you get laid off, you at least have a couple of months and be able to buy yourself some time, and just only do this if you have the cushion, because I don't want you missing payments on credit cards or other loans because you're trying to get ahead on it. So yeah, that's tip number 2 they can start doing here today and now. All right, tip number 3. Tip number 3 is gonna be a hard one, but go ahead and please bear with me because I know how you're gonna feel. That's going to be selling your auto loans, boat loans, RVs, or motorcycle loans. I know this is a tough one, and I know how attachment works when you have these type of vehicles and you just don't want to give it up. The benefit, which is the easiest, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, is your bank account will thank you. Just imagine just selling the collateral and then not having to pay that again next month. You'll see that go ahead and be reporting on your bank statement. So that's already really a good one to go ahead and see as a benefit. The next step is what's going to happen is, let's say if you decide to keep the car or the boat or whichever collateral that you have, what's going to happen is if you can't make that payment, you're going to start going to 30 days, past to 60, all the way to 90, and potentially 120. Between 60 to 90 days, you already start running into a repo status where the creditor will go ahead and take your car, your boat, your motorcycle, because you haven't been paying, and especially if they don't have that deferment option. And then what happens there is that gets reported to your credit, and if you have a car, a motorcycle, and a boat, and you've missed 90 days of payments with them, you can already see your credit score goodbye, because it is so much harder to rebuild your credit as to just sell your car, your boats, and your motorcycle. Because remember, you can always buy these once all this is over. Remember, it's just a temporary fix for now to just keep your debt to income as low as possible and just have so much more money for throughout this COVID-19 in case of issues, financial issues happening down the road. So I'm telling you, it's better to go ahead and sell these vehicles and get yourself out of it, and then still have a good credit score. Because again, you can just go ahead and just apply for another one, but it's harder to go ahead and rebuild your credit. So that's definitely tip number 3 for you guys. Tip number 4, and again, this is gonna be a hard one, guys, but this is gonna be selling vintage collectibles and unnecessary items. I know, parting away from collectibles and vintage, I know it's a tough one, but again, you are in an unusual circumstance of a financial situation right now. Again, this is just temporarily. Again, remember, you need to put your credit before anything, because you may be wanting to apply for a house down the road, or maybe another car or other collateral that you need for credit, and being able to show that you have a great pay history, that you've still been paying on your loans on time, it's going to go ahead and give you that great chance of being approved as a for that loan. Because remember, I'm a loan underwriter, so I look at these applications, and we always love to see people that pay their accounts on time. On Experian and TransUnion, that is the highest factor to increasing your credit score. For Experian, I think it's 35% of your credit is based on your payment history, and I think it's 45% with TransUnion. But yes, again, selling these items will go ahead and help you for short and long-term gain. Remember, you can always buy these collectibles back. A solution that can help you out is, let's say if you sold something and it was worth $5,000 and you needed to make a payment on your car. Sell that item. Doesn't mean you need to use the full $5,000 to pay towards the car. You can just take what you need to just get you through the month for your payments, and then you can just start rebuilding that amount back up and then buy your collectible. Boom! That simple. And again, if you have unnecessary items like extra TV or video games or anything else that's worth a decent amount of money, go ahead and sell them. Go ahead and sell them, and make sure that again you make these payments on time, because your credit is another priority. Because I imagine there's a lot of people that I've actually seen on loan applications that they've just let go of their cars, or they just stop paying on things and they want an auto loan, and I'm just like, are you serious? Like, I was like, you're not paying on things. What makes you think we're gonna give you money to buy for a vehicle? So, you know, definitely selling unnecessary items or collectibles and vintage will go ahead and keep you on track to having that perfect payment history. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. All right, last tip, or maybe, you don't know. Remember, stay tuned throughout the video. But last tip here for tip 5 is gonna go ahead and be working for a temp agency. I have a family member, she works for a temp agency, and she just constantly has positions available, and it just kind of just mind blows me, guys, that people are just don't take advantage. I don't know if it's a pride thing because you're not making as much as what you were making before, but remember, it's always better to have money to not have money. So, you know, you choose. And again, it's going to keep you from going delinquent on your loans, adding late fees, hurting your credit. I can't stress that more, how important your credit is. So definitely go into your local temp agency and just applying, because again, it's only temporary. It's not something that's going to be for long term. You're going to still be looking for a job if you were laid off from your previous one. So go ahead and just apply for temp agencies, so they can go to get some money quick in your pocket, you know, get some money to feed your family, pay your loans, etc. Okay, guys, yes, I've been very patient. Bonus tip. That bonus tip is, because of this pandemic, you should be saving money. That's if you're save money on activities, eating out. So that means you should have extra money. So make sure you continue to cut down on those unnecessary expenses and activities, and take advantage of the free ones, like going to the park, playing basketball, doing a barbecue, buying just games to keep you entertained, or if you have video games to go ahead and get you through the time. So definitely take advantage of this time to go ahead and save as much money as you can possible, so you can start building that 3 to 6 months of expenses and get you ready for your rainy day, or get paid ahead on your loans. Well, guys, there you go. There you have it. Those are the 5 tips, plus a bonus one that you can be doing right now. Go ahead and make sure to go hit that like, share, and follow, and go to my YouTube page and follow there to go ahead and be up to date with the credit tips, news, and additional information in the future. Comment below. I also want to see what you guys have been doing, see if I may have possibly missed any, and let's go ahead and get just a discussion talking, because again, we're all a community, and the more information we know about credit, the more that we can go ahead and help each other down the road. So till next time, guys.